Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if anyone's watching. It's not showing me, so I have no freaking idea. And let me know if my air conditioning unit is bothering anybody. I will happily turn it off. We are going into this whole shit show with the nap thing, the everything that's going on around that. But I will give her a few moments for everything, just to make sure nobody's bothered. Hi, Chopper. How is my air conditioning too loud? If it is, I can turn it off if it's bothersome. Hi, allegedly. Hi, Ria. Welcome. Is anybody having issues with my air conditioning unit being on? If it is, just let me know. I'll happily turn it off. No, Joe can't hear it. Perfect. Thanks, Chopper. I was hoping that I could leave it on because I might die. Cheers, allegedly. So, like as everyone have already seen, I don't need to go into too much details about this whole thing that's come out recently. Katie Joy put it up on her Twitter that Nat had wrote two letters, basically sort of accepting responsibility and then not accepting responsibility, whatever. She accepted responsibility, but also threw some other people under the bus. Now, one a few things like that's bothering me. Like, I gotta be honest in this. I'm not gonna sit and bitch about anybody. I'm not gonna go personal with anybody, but a few things that I feel that needs to be brought up, and I'm gonna do it in the nicest way that I possibly can. My first part in all of this is that if if it's like if Nat went to Saltsea, right, and gave this statement, and it was gospel. Everybody was, oh my God, she's amazing. I can't believe she's doing this, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But Nat, in that declaration, stated that she is so mentally unwell that she can't even use a microwave, right? But yet, all of a sudden, this girl knows how to manipulate images, knows how to, get all these things harassing Katie Joy. And I still can't figure that out. Like, how is it that somebody is so mentally unwell that they're unable to cook, but yet mentally well to put together enough, even writing that statement that she wrote to Katie Joy? I wouldn't have been able to write that. Allegedly, right? I'm not going to go into the nastiness. That's up to them not to go into the nastiness. I'm going to just clear some little bits that I'm going to talk about because I don't want to get back into the nastiness. It's not my fight. But on the same token, this has been going on for a long time. And it is something that, hey, B, that's something that, people, and mum helps her with basic day-to-day functions. That's my point. So now, do we believe that her writing that statement to Katie Joy, because that statement was very well written and very well put together. Mine wouldn't have been like that. We all know what my bloody writing's like. I'm horrific. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm I'm not saying obviously she's not mentally And while that's not for me to say, I'm not anywhere even close to a specialist in any shape or form, but it does kind of make you think. But it also is, does that mean like some of her alters are, are cleverer and more devious than some of her other alters? I, I, I can't I can't get that through my head. And I'm, like I said, I'm not a specialist. I'm not going to try and diagnose her. That's not my place. That's not my business too. Another thing as well is something that, and this has been bothering me for quite a while, and I suppose this has just emphasized it a little bit. It seems like Nat has come out and like sort of give little nitbits because of that little Miss Noble coming out and saying enough. The other day I saw, I'm not going to say whose it was. She came out with a statement basically on her community tab and stated that she's no longer going after Katie. She's had enough. She doesn't want to do that anymore. Blah, 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 blah. The hate she got in the comment section from the KJ haters was shocking to me. I felt so bad for her. And I feel like some of these people have become what they hate about Katie. And let me just get this straight. This isn't a stream to white knight for Katie. Some of the things that Katie have done, there is no white knighting for her. I'm not. Let me get that right out here right now. This isn't about, white knighting for Katie or having a part, but anybody, sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry, I was just checking. I could smell burning. I was just checking if he was burning. So, as I was saying, like, this isn't about white knighting for Katie. So, if anyone thinks that's what this is about, it's absolutely not. It's just stuff that I have in my head and my thoughts about this whole situation. There's, for some reason, even though it's now being shown that there are actual people out there going real life to hurt Katie and her family. Katie's still coming off the bad guy, and that kind of boggles my mind as well. It honestly is. It's back to that old thing, isn't it? What I was saying the other day. It depends on who it is to what you're allowed to do, I suppose. Does that make sense? I feel like this Nat has gave a little bit because of that little Miss Noble giving some insight, which I think Katie can use. I really do. And then you've sort of got like then, other people still standing by um by Nat, which again boggles my mind because I've got close friends and I can assure you I have different, obviously a different set of friends now than I did have back then. But if I had these friends now and I said to them, oh, I'm doing this, they would be like, no, what the frig do you think you're doing? Like, no, don't be dumb. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a different, if your friends are encouraging you, and then she sort of threw Dottie and Little Miss Noble under the bus. And then another thing that's come is that Shen, I think it's Shen's panty liner, or Shen her name is going to talk to Mr. Mastermind Troll himself, in my opinion, allegedly. Salty. Why? The court case is over. Like, the court case is over. Why does she need to talk to Salty? I don't get it. And some still condemning Katie to the gallows. Not a fan, just saying that's my point. Allegedly, that is my point. Like, These people are turning worse than what Katie have ever been, if you ask me. Like some of the things that Katie have done, I've myself have criticized her, and she deserved it. She deserved that criticism. But like, my God, friends should do that and want you to be the best at heart. Exactly. Chopper, can you imagine me coming to you and saying that I was doing half that stuff? Like, you would be, have you lost your dang mind? You'd be like, what are you talking about? But you can't, like, at what point is this Katie Joy hate train going to be enough? Like, when is people going to stop? She is not losing subs. You are not affecting her business. All you're doing is affecting her mentally. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing at this point, is affecting her mentally. Her business is thriving. And if somebody says, I swear to God, if one more time somebody says, oh, well, what she does about the Duggars is the same. No, it's not the same. Like, the Duggars put themselves out there. They get paid thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on a TV show. It's no different to everybody else out there doing Teen Mom, like Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance, and all those other bullshit programs. It's just she's found that niche that people like. I don't like it. I don't watch the whole Duggar thing. Blows the shit out of me. But saying that, she's found that niche. If you look online and you say, right, 90 Day Fiance, look at Sherelle. Nobody says a word about Sherelle doing Love After Lockup or what's the why Real Housewives stuff. They don't say that she's obsessed, and she does it daily. I don't get the obsession. You're bored. Okay, get some people are going on for years, and literally years. And they, on that ones that said that she's leaving, right? She said she's not doing it anymore and blah, 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 blah. The hate that she got in those comments was scary. It was sad. Allegedly, it's their income, their social lives, and their hobbies to hate Katie. When would they be do without it? But but think about it. They have no other ideas for streams except Katie and sometimes Charlotte. It's crazy to me. It's not healthy. Katie Joy is living rent free in their minds, because you guys are not, like, they're not affecting her business. Her business is doing amazing. Like, she's 3 times as, monetary wise as someone like Sherelle. And Sherelle does Housewife. Nobody says, "Oh my God, Sherelle, you're so obsessed with Housewives. It's unhealthy." But yet she does the Duggars, and it's unhealthy. It's an obsession. They put their lives out there on a TV show and get paid for it. So it's not the same as you lot digging in. And this was me included back a couple, like last year, and then somebody said today to somebody else, oh, well, you wait until she turns on you, then you'll have something different to say. I've had Katie Joy turn on me, even after we'd come to an understanding. We're not going to talk about each other. We're not going to, bitch at each other. She went back on that and had a go at me and was really nasty. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't. I just was like, oh, well, that's on you. Unless they're bad mouthing someone, they have nothing to say. But it's so sad. Like, what a life to lead, though, allegedly. Do you know what I mean? Don't you think that's a really, really sad life to live? Like, and I still like, this should now, with this coming out, people should see that what Katie have had to tolerate for 2+ years. And there's other creators out there that are in the mix in the background. I can assure you of that, as well as other people, anybody who is, and this is no to nobody. Like I said, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna dog any one person out, but if Nat, oh my goodness, why is this light not working? 2 seconds. Edit Jules. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Allegedly there are a lot of people out there that could pick on, but they only pick on a certain few. Like if I was doing something even half of, say, what, I don't know, I'm just going to say Little Red. I don't know what she's doing right now, so I can't even say that. But just for an example, I'm not saying Little Red is doing anything. It was just the first name that came to my head. Say, like, Little Red did something and I did exactly the same. I would get hung, drawn, quartered, and sent to the gas chambers. Little Red would be like, "Yay, well done, Little Red, go Little Red." Do you know what I mean? There's such a there's not an even playing field on YouTube. Me too. We have always not agreed with me and Katie. I have a life and will not spend my life trying to get back at her. It's weird how she lives in their heads. It really is. And I can tell you from my own experience going after Katie Joy, it takes up a lot of your time. Like literally every time she's live, you want to watch every time, every tweet that she does, you need to screenshot it. And it takes, and they can sit there and go, well, we're just documenting. You're taking a lot of your valuable time that you could be spending with your husband, your parents, your children, your grandchildren, your animals, whatever you've got at home, rather than sitting there taking notes of every little thing that comes out of this woman's mouth so that you can dog her out. Do you know what I mean? Like, have a go at her for the big stuff. If she does something, commentate on it. 100% commentate on it. I have no qualms about that. I don't watch, so I'm not. I don't like the Without a Crystal Ball because I don't like the Duggars and Sister Wives. I don't watch them, so I don't watch any of her stuff. But saying that, if I watch stuff that I want to watch, there's no need to like continually for what is it now? 2.5 years. This woman has been absolutely bullied. There is no other word for it. You guys have attacked her, abused her, harassed her to the point of calling CPS on her, calling her husband's job, and all of these things. Why do you care about somebody who has 100,000 subscribers? Why? It doesn't make any sense to me. I can't figure it out. And it really is ridiculous. Like it really, really is absolutely ridiculous. I personally don't care for Charlotte, but I feel sad for all the attacks she has gotten. Mm, I'm not a fan of Charlotte. I'm sorry to say, like, I don't hate her. I'm just not a fan of her. The sad fishing thing does my head in. And it's got nothing to do with jealousy or anything like that, but it does do my head in. It's always something that she's sad about. It's always, oh, my video's not going to be monetized. Jesus Christ, welcome to the club, love. Everybody's videos ain't me. Bloody Nick Brody had a whole series that wasn't monetized. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody of her level, it shouldn't be an income for her. That shouldn't be her only income. But I don't dislike her on a personal level. I just on a on a professional level, but I do think that it's good that she is changing a little bit and going a little bit away from the hating of Katie Joy. I will say that about her. They must have headaches all the time, like literally. But I would love to know, like, the whole thing with this Nat. What exactly, who done what done what, who encouraged her to do it, or did anyone encourage her to do it? I think that would be super interesting to, go down the whole road of finding out who these people are. Because for Shen to want to talk to Saltsy, I think is crazy. Like, I really do. You haven't figured it out yet, Saltsy, the doubt you are, dude. Like, I can't imagine the FBI is, going to be like messaging you, go, well, we've sent updates of, who was potentially whatever it's called, hacking whatever it was. There's a lot of people I start watching because it's the nastiness coming out of their mouths. And this allegedly, I swear, trust me, I've been there. It is absolutely exhausting. Like, it's genuinely exhausting to have to hate somebody that much. Like, I honestly can say I don't hate anybody that much. I don't. I can not like their content. That doesn't mean I don't like them as a human. Does that make sense? This little Miss Noble, who is she even? I don't know, but her name is, she did a video and she was so upset on a video. I watched that. She was dead upset. Not heard of her. I haven't even heard of her before last week. I really am out of the loop. I guess she plays a big role here, apparently. Well, it was her, and I think she threw Dottie's name in there, and little, was it Little Miss Noble or whatever her name is? She said she was doing stuff for her. And she also dropped Dottie's name in there as well, didn't she? They're just going to have to find new content. It's like allegedly said, like, people are starting to not want to listen to this garbage every motherfucking day. You know? Me too. I'm always it. But I don't watch any of them. I hardly ever go on Twitter, if ever. I think today I went on Twitter for the first time in like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, probably months actually. I genuinely don't go on Twitter. It's a cesspool. They could be the same person. Who knows? We've seen pictures of Nat, but do we really know? True. And if you notice, if you look at Salty's Twitter, he's very pedantic. He'll use certain words so that he's not technically lying, but he is twisting the truth to make you believe like it's a full on, yeah, he's telling the truth 100%. He's very, he's in my opinion, so sue me, Salty, but in my opinion, he is, for somebody who's a very high leveled lawyer, he's a troll. Like, he enjoys this trolling. It's crazy to me. And everything they say is totally conjecture. Exactly. But they are no better, in my opinion. They started this, like some of the older people that started this, there without any crystal balls, the Tina and all of that, they started with the documenting, and then other people have come in, and at this point they're not documenting, they're doing it to gain money. They realize that if they set up a YouTube channel and they completely bash people, they get super chats. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I sat here and bashed people, my numbers would go up. I would get more subs, but because I don't, and we do these conversations, but I'm not going to bitch and like degrade anybody. Like, even just, I saw something today that people were talking about PJ's looks and PJ's makeup, you know? Why? Why do we need to go down that road? I don't watch PJ, but why do we need to go down that road and as men degrade a woman's looks like that? Like, I just think it's nasty. Little Miss Noble is a former Katie subscriber who feels she was wrong. They always feel that it's wrong. It's like bloody M&M girl, like Jesus Christ. I was wronged by Katie, so I'm going to set up a YouTube channel. I saw that as well. That was horrible, mean. It was so bad. Like, I don't like that. I think that's really nasty. You know, I don't think women should drag women like that, but like, I don't know, for a man to drag a woman on her makeup skills or on her looks, and then to sort of say stuff like, oh my God, your poor husband's got to look at that. Like, no, no, sir. He's horrible. I don't like Salty at all. I mean, he's actually believed that. Yeah, okay. He believed anybody that was gonna get him to get one over on Katie Joy. It was nasty, allegedly, wasn't it? It was so nasty. Fucking flies. Joe, that's not okay to go after looks. No, it's just so bad. Like, they literally, and it was two different people as well, two grown men having a go at her looks. It was nasty. It was so bad. Totally narcissistic behavior. They got so offended that she went to spend their life getting back at them. Please get help. I agree. But he enticed it. I feel that Salsy has played a lot in this. I really do. Like, he got these people like to make the statements about Katie, and when in reality there was no need to have them people make statements. Do you know what I mean? It was just people who have had a hard on for Katie for 2 years, 3 years. I don't get it. And I just think and again, going back to the PJ thing, like, you know, I just think it's awful that two grown men can sit there laughing about somebody's looks. And Saltsy, in my opinion, if I had a business and I needed a lawyer in LA, he would be the furthest from my freaking file as far as I could possibly throw. That's so weird to me that Salty believed all that about nothing made sense to. It didn't. Men shouldn't be bashing women's looks. It looks like some people think that all women are their physical appearance. I don't like PJ, but she brings more to the world, just what she looks like. Exactly that, Kirsten. Exactly that. Like, I'm not a PJ fan either. I'm really not. But on the same token, you have no right to judge someone on their looks. What, is she there just to look pretty for you to pervert? No. Get the fuck out of here. No one even questioned that. I think in my opinion, with Saltsy and that, I think that the board should be looking at him. The fact that in that declaration, she said she was even incapable of cooking and looking after her own needs, as in washing, doing hair and stuff like that. Yet he took her as gospel to me, I think the board needs to look at his credibility. That's just my opinion, though. That really is just my opinion. But I agree with you, Kirsten. Men should not be like, that's so degrading, and just like, oh my God, what is going on with these lighters? Like, we're just here to look pretty, you know? And there was stuff wrong with that freaking thing from the start. Not sure Sopsy believed her. I think he wanted Katie to be tied up in court of public opinion. But that's so bad. Nat served a purpose. But isn't that, as a lawyer, right? Okay, hear me out. And this is just my opinion again before pedantic Saltsy wants to sue people. In my opinion, as a lawyer, to use somebody who is mentally unwell, where is his standards? Where is his ethics? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing, is where is the ethics that he's had? Thank you for the super chat. I've missed you, Joe, and everyone in chat. Thank you, Jean. We missed you. As a lawyer, he should have some morals. Exactly that. But where are they when he is utilizing somebody that is clearly, or even if she's not, right, which I'm not sure either way, I'm not a psychotherapist, but either way, she have stated very clearly that she is mentally unwell and is unable to care for herself on a day-to-day basis. Yet he had her on the phone for how many hours? I just think you're right, but both lawyers want to, and it's both of them are disgusting for it. I'm sorry, but they are. Thank you so much, Jean. I appreciate the super chat. It really does help. Thank you so much. And they're both equally as gross, if you ask me, for doing that, for utilizing somebody that is clearly a people pleaser. If nothing else, I think it's made perfectly clear she is a people pleaser. She wants to say yes to everybody. You know, she wants to give everybody what they want to hear. And that's just at a minimal. That's just me being like, I don't know about her mental health. I can't say about her mental health. It's not my job to say about her mental health. But at a minimum, she is a people pleaser. So inevitably, she is going to be telling either of the lawyers, whichever one, what they want to hear. And that's not okay to abuse that. And I feel like, you know, if they wanted to abuse her and use her statement, their morals need to be checked, if that makes sense. And I'm probably going to get a bunch of hate for that, but it's true. It really is true. Sorry, I think I caught up with everybody. I just don't think it's okay. I don't. And I think, like, the board of lawyers, if he is doing that online and he is being a troll, which is what he is, he's being a troll online, there should be some larger consequences than just us. And Salty gave her more attention, so she went to work with him. Exactly that. He's a troll. I'm sorry, but he's a troll. There's nothing endearing about him. In my opinion, he is just a troll who is trying to get more followers, maybe on IG and Twitter. Maybe he wants to get monetized. Maybe he's realized people like what's that other lawyer that does, not Nate, the girl one, the woman, what's her name, Emily D. Baker, is making money, and maybe he's a bit jelly. I don't know. I just think it's weird. I just think he's no better than the everyday troll. The only difference is he's got a lawyer's degree. And for him to use like pedantic words to try and mislead people, I think he thinks that everyone's stupid. He genuinely thinks everyone's stupid. I can't with him. Honestly, I can't. I do not understand somebody like that. I think he's pretty, he's immoral. He's definitely has no morals. He doesn't care who he uses or abuses as long as he gets what he wants in the end. He's like a little toddler stamping his feet, going, I want to hurt Katie Joy. And if you all don't give it to me, I'm going to stamp and stamp and stamp until I scream and scream and scream until I'm sick. He gained so much attention and followers on social media. Exactly that. And that's what it was allegedly. He literally, I think he realized by dogging her that he can get like these people. But in a minute, more and more people are stepping down. Like they really are. I feel like the more and more people are doing I've had enough. Like it's boring. I'm not going after Katie anymore. And like that one person, I saw her community tab and all that was said to her about the fact that because she didn't want to go after Katie anymore was so bad. During my voice and comments, I way out to sing. I'm going to go out and come back. Okay, babe. He has all those Katie haters following him and vice versa. Like, I'm sorry, but I think he behaves like a toddler. I honestly think he behaves like a toddler. I don't think there's any other things. He's no better than any other, hatters out there. He's not. He's no better than any other hatters out there. And this should be, and this should like exonerate Katie for a lot of stuff. But instead, they want to move it around a little bit, and I'm back. They want to move it around and still make Katie like the friggin' public enemy number one. Do you know the difference though? The difference is Katie is Katie. You people started your channels or your little hate campaigns to show what Katie, quote unquote, the monster that she is. You have become the monster that you are trying to betray somebody else to be. You have become that monster by getting that little bit of notoriety, by getting that bit of attention. You've become the monster that you people say Katie is, which if that's how you want to live your life on that hate train, who am I to judge? That's on you, and it will make you poorly, it will make you sick. And remember, all those people that are hating on one person, they can turn on you and start hating on you just as quick. I think it's going to exonerate Katie in their minds. True. But they all got to realize as well, as quickly as they all like hate Katie, they can all jump and hate you. And then you will be the center of attention of their hate campaign. You know what I'm saying? Why can't it be like, Katie didn't deserve that, or Katie didn't deserve this? Why can't it just be, I watched a live, I'm not going to say who's live because I don't think it's fair to, but there was three girls up on there. Two of them obviously hate Katie and everything she is and stands for, and then one of them stated on there, something she said something nice about like Katie, and this sort of proves that this is what it is. And the other one shut her down so quick and was like, yeah, but Katie's still a piece of shit. Katie's this, Katie's that. And I'm like, so you're not really interested in the truth. You're interested in continually be Katie's a piece of shit. Marissa, not another housewife, did a video on this topic. Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I'll definitely go and watch her and give her a thumbs up. I'll share it for her. I just, I, oh, I don't know, guys. I just think it's just, when is it going to start? When is this Katie train? When is everybody going to get off? The carriages are getting less and less, but no sooner people get off, like another 10 gets on. I'm not a fan of KJ, but I don't like that she's being villainized. Exactly that, Jean. And this is what I said at the beginning. You wasn't here, babe. And I said, this isn't about me white knighting for Katie Joy. It really isn't. Because if there's something that she needs to be criticized for, damn right, criticize her. I don't care. But make it about something that she deserves to be criticized for, not just something that you pulled out your backside so that you got something to stream about and make money and sit there and sadfish and get, as much money as you can humanly possibly get off people. You know? And it's just not right. And I literally only had like 10% of what Katie have had. And I can tell you, from me and my standpoint, I don't know how this woman gets up every morning and does her job. I honestly don't, because it took a hell of a toll on me mentally, physically, emotionally. I, it got to the point I genuinely didn't want to be here anymore because of all the hate I was getting. I felt like I had no one. I felt like everyone hated me, and everybody, wouldn't care if I was here or not. And like I can't, and that was just a small amount of what Katie has been getting over these last 2 years. And let's just put it into a little bit more of perspective, okay? Where's Creepshow at? Katie still gets up every morning and does her job. Creepshow Art has got a bit of criticism, and she's run with her tail between her legs, never to be seen again. And then you've got some damn lawyer on Twitter trying to be, I don't know, the freaking Godfather. He wants to be the king of the anti-KJ train. Do you want to be like the conductor? I think you've got enough work on your hands being a lawyer, dude. You don't need to be a conductor as well. Sit down. I can't fathom how she managed. Me either, Ria. Honest to God. And I had such a small amount of hate in comparison to what she's had over these years. And it was awful. Like, it was awful. I was crying all the time, and I'm not a big crier. I don't cry very often. I was, oh yeah, he's all up on his Twitter for sure. He's all up on his Twitter. But like, you gotta give her some like respect for the fact that she gets up every day and still does her job. I didn't. It took everything in my being and a few of my close friends to be like, Joe, you got this. Just do videos, just do some uploads. Concentrate on doing some uploads. Do some videos. And do you know what I mean? I don't think anyone should be targeted for months on end. Allegedly, it was awful. Like, it really was awful. I remember at one point, like, I sat on the edge of my bed and I was sobbing. I couldn't catch my breath. I was crying so hard. And I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Everyone hates me. Everyone thinks I'm a fucking joke. Everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit. Like, she's got everybody hating me, and I'm waking up to messages upon messages. Why don't you go and die? Like, you're a worthless piece of shit. And it was it was the worst. Like, it was really, really awful. And yet I had, a few friends that was like, don't go live, just do upload, let everything settle down. It'll get better as time goes on. And it's still not 100% better, not by far. People still hate me and they're still gonna hate me for life, I'm sure. But I feel a little bit stronger. I still would never be able to take that months and months of targeted harassment again. I wouldn't. I know I'm not strong enough for that. He's playing the victim or what? He is not a good look for him, not trustworthy. It really isn't. It really isn't. People treated Saltsy like he was a superhero. We questioned if he was it. We questioned it. We were shunned. Exactly. I don't like a lot of what KJ posts or how she interacts with people, but guess what? We have the choice to not watch her content. I in no way agree with when everyone goes after her son. That pisses me off. Me too, Jean. And especially as like you're a teacher of special needs. Do you know what I mean? So you have that empathy already in there. Do you know what I'm saying? That's so sad that there's so many clicks in YouTube. It's ridiculous. It's not worth the in crowd. You're a target. And that's what it is. Like, that's exactly what it is. And soon as like I stopped going after KJ, I was no longer useful to another creator. I was no longer useful. I was an annoyance for all intents and purposes. Do you know what I mean? And then I did some shitty stuff. They did some shitty stuff. I did some more shitty stuff. And I got absolutely battered for it. 100%. I got battered. And everybody but a couple literally left and wanted no part of it, wanted no part of me. Even people who I didn't just class as YouTube friends, I thought they were friends. Do you know what I'm saying? Bingo, you got it, girl. It is seventh grade shit. I don't even think it's seventh grade. I think it's freaking lower than that, allegedly. And I've noticed a lot more as well. And this is going to sound super sexist, but I've noticed a lot more. Oh, ignore them, dude. The Streamlabs are being annoying. Time to bugger off. I noticed that a lot more men are getting involved in it, and it's like I was saying earlier, two grown men just in like what I think it was about an hour of me sort of going through YouTube and Twitter, are bitching about PJ's looks and her makeup. Like, boys, that's fuck all to do with you. Like, seriously. Streamlabs is a jerk. Streamlabs is a jerk. Okay, fourth grade. That's more like it, allegedly. Yeah, Streamlabs is a jerk. Like, I don't think a grown man should be there bitching about a woman's looks or how she puts her makeup on. Who cares? If she thinks she looks hot, then who cares? I can't do my makeup, but sometimes I do my makeup and I think I look really good. And I'm like, oh, work it, girl. You look good. And other people might think, oh my God, Joe, you look a fucking mess. But it doesn't care. It doesn't matter. I feel $1 million. I feel like I look good. Do you mean I don't think like we need to go down that road and bitch about somebody's looks or how fat they are, how skinny they are, or whatever other bullshit comes out of them fucking mouths. I don't like that. I really do not like that. It's not okay. That really hurt. That really, 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 really hurts my feelings. And I'm not a huge PJ fan. You all know that. I don't watch her. She don't watch me. But it's still unacceptable. PJ isn't accepted because she says she doesn't understand the constant KJ coverage. God forbid. I don't understand the freaking. I don't understand the KJ bloody thing. But I'm hated. So. It's just insane. Like, it's genuinely insane. I can't deal. I just can't. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But at some point, everyone is going to get fed up of the KJ stuff. Like, I know a lot of people are already like bored of hearing KJ, 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 KJ. You know, when is it going to stop? Isn't 2 years long enough? Because to me, 2 years is long enough. And I just can't imagine her what, like, you know, never mind your thoughts on Katie Joy. The fact that this woman gets up every morning, goes to her desks, produces videos, still goes live, still gets those videos out. Like, I could barely get up out of fucking bed. Like, I'm not even kidding. I could barely, when I was at my peak of getting the hate off everybody, I could barely get up out of fucking bed of a morning. From your mouth to God's ears, exactly, allegedly. But like, who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't like Katie Joy's content, don't watch. I don't like her content because I don't watch the Duggars or anything like that. I don't watch Sister Wives. So guess what? I don't watch it. It's not a big deal. If she does a video I like, I'll go and watch it. It's the same with anybody, you know? I don't, just because I don't like the person, if they're doing something that a content that I feel I'm nosy about or want to go and listen to, I'll go and listen to it. It shouldn't matter who the person is. If I want to listen to the content, I'll go and listen to it. And people shouldn't have to pick fucking sides. And I think this started with the whole like picking sides with the KJ and LB stuff, you know, the picking sides, and you have to be on one side or the other. You can't be on both because that will just, you know, you can't. That's just not okay. You know, agree, Joe. If you don't like it, don't watch. Exactly. I don't like the Duggar stuff. I really don't. It drives me nuts. I don't like Sister Wives stuff. It drives me nuts. So I just don't watch. I am just starting to watch the live, but yes, I would assume that Nat's alters do function differently. She has one alter that is a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old would not know what an adult would. Okay, well, that's interesting. Hey, JJ. Well, that's interesting. I'm not even going to pretend to understand because I don't. I don't get it. So I'm not even going to, like, judge on that because... Jackal! Hey! No, sir. Just because you found your voice does not mean you need to be doing that. Thank you. And stop calling CPS and the police unless you have proof of abuse or neglect. This is truly heinous. Heinous. I agree. 100%. Okay, Dot, you seem to have a little bit more of an insight into this. So with her alters, can that be that one is capable of this and another one is capable of that kind of thing? I wonder what her half unicorn personality has to say about that. That's crazy. I don't understand it. I'm not even going to pretend to understand it because I really don't. And I'm not going to try and psychobabble analyze anybody because I barely understand my own mental health. But it does fascinate me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It kind of fascinates me just because in that declaration she stated that he can't she can't even like use a microwave, or she can't do this, or she can't do her daily even to take care of herself. Then how was she able to write that email that was very, very well written? I couldn't have written it that well with the, paragraphs and, commas, full stops. We all know I'm thick as shit when it comes to things like that. I'm glad Jackal is feeling better. He's found his voice, Kirsten. Can you tell? He's finding his voice. Watch many faces of Jane. She has many alters and they act very different. Okay, let me write that down before I forget. Hang on. I need to write that down. What's it called? Many faces of Jane. Okay, thank you. Thanks. I'll definitely have a watch of that. It might help me understand. It's so freaking it's and I don't want to psychobabblize anybody either because I think that's unfair. I did notice she had pretty good grammar and spelling. Exactly. Like well, we all know what my fucking grammar's like. I suck. But I couldn't, I can't do that. And I'm even worse if I'm on one of my shakies and I'm feeling all like anxious and stuff. My typing gets way worse, doesn't it? Oh wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, it fascinates me too. Yeah, her spelling and grammar was pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I'll definitely have a look at that. Thanks, Dot. Definitely worth having a little look-see at for sure. I don't know how old she is, but really is, but Nat, when Nat might be able to write the email which switches the altar from the 4-year-old doesn't know how to care for herself or use a microwave. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. I'm not even gonna lie, like I genuinely don't understand. So that's why I don't want to try and, you know, obviously I want to try and understand, but I also don't want to I don't want to lessen or more, like, what's going on with her. I just think that somebody like Mr. Pedantic himself, as a lawyer, you're taking the word of someone that you're not even sure who the frig you're talking to, and or which alter you're talking to. And you had that girl on the phone for hours. Nah. Yes, hit the like button, please. Thank you. I don't know, guys. I just wanted to talk about it. Like I said, I don't want to be going into like being mean to anybody or anything like that. That's not what this is about. I wanted to discuss it because it has been going on for such a long time that I think it's time. You can all see now that what Katie is saying about the harassment that she's getting is not a lie. Does she exaggerate some things? Probably. Don't we all at some point exaggerate things? But for the most part, do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Ria. I just think it's just not. It, we don't need to do that. People who did write things in their diary and record themselves as they know that their alters do, in my opinion, someone should watch what she does online and no one should take what she says in a court. I agree. And this was my point of what I was saying about that salt scene, Mr. Pedantic, in my opinion, as a, he's quite a well-known lawyer from what I can make out. He's up there with the celebrities. I would want no part of him whatsoever. I'll be going off soon, Chopper, as well. We're coming up to an hour and it's 9 p.m. I got to do the bins yet. I'm surprised that if he was going to allegedly use nut in this case, he didn't have a psychology report that he could refute anything KJ's lawyer brought up. True. But I suppose KJ's lawyer couldn't really bring anything up, though, allegedly, if he was intending on using her. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to be getting off in a minute anyway, because I just wanted to go over that. Like, guys, if you see anyone like bitching about anybody's looks, like if it's in a live, leave the live. You don't have to be nasty to the person. You don't have to say anything, but just leave that live and make it known that, we are not going to stand for people going and being mean to somebody on their looks. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's just like make that bit of a stand on that. We don't have to say anything. We don't have to use our words, but we can use our actions and just like exit the live, let the numbers go down and let the numbers speak for themselves. But if we're all in these lives watching this, we are no better by watching it. And it's like allegedly said, she leaves. I do the same, and I know other people that does the same. People are getting bored of this, but I think if our leg shows, I just want to say this before I go, if our legs show that, if somebody starts saying, oh my God, like PJ's fucking, I feel sorry for her husband, waking up to that. That's not okay, that's really not okay. And we should use our legs and leave that live and let the numbers show that we don't want to listen to that kind of behavior. And I think that goes with on everything. If we don't have to get into a confrontation. We don't have to, say, it's not an airport. We don't have to announce our departure, but we can go, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to be involved in this, and leave. There's other things to watch on YouTube. There's other lives to watch on YouTube. That's good advice, Joe. Thank you, Kirsten. We can use other means to show the creator that we don't want to hear that, or we don't want, let's build up women, let's not drag them down. And as women, we have enough. Like, none of you men can drag us down more than we drag ourselves down when it comes to our looks, our appearance, our hair, our mouth, nose, cheekbones, how fat we are, how skinny we are. You can't drag us down no more than we're already dragging ourselves down. And by you doing that and saying those mean things about our looks, you're pushing us down even further, that we already think that we're ugly, fat, skinny, not a good person. You're not helping that. Does that make sense? Let's just like try and be better and try and do better. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's rich coming from you, Joe, blah blah blah, but I think it's time now that we sort of put our thoughts into actions. We don't have to have the debate. We can just not watch that live, or watch it until at the point of somebody saying that, and then be like, I'm gone, I'm out. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get off. I appreciate you all so, so much. And thank you for coming to join me and letting me have a little whinge about this. People can have a whinge about it and not take it to the nasty point. I appreciate every single one of you. Everyone needs to watch that show. It shows one's life with DID. I wrote it down. If I can, I'll find it, Dot, and I will put it on my community tab for everybody. Actually, hang on a minute. Is that it? Oh, thank you. Is that, yeah, that's it. Hang on, let me copy it. Thank you. Hang on, I can put it here. I think this is it. Just before I leave, I can put it up. I think this is it. Somebody just sent it to me. I will definitely watch it. And I appreciate, thank you, Dot, for helping me understand a little bit more. I appreciate that. But I'm definitely going to go and watch that now because I'm super interested. And thank you all for joining me. And I will speak to you all soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.